This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Well, hello there, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Luca, and today I am building a row of tiny homes using the new expansion pack in The Sims 4 for rent. So far, I've been really enjoying this pack, but the only little complaint that I have about it, besides the bugs, which are understandable, the one thing that I have an issue with is just that it's called for rent, okay? It doesn't roll off the tongue very well. The Sims 4 for rent. Sims 4 for rent. I don't know. It just sounds like I'm saying the 4 for 4 menu from Wendy's. You remember that? Anyways, hello, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've made some content here on my YouTube channel, but I thought we could just jump back into building some tiny homes. I am finally getting my ducks in order, and I am back to building and making content. I don't know how often. I'm just going to preface that. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to make content, but I think I'm going to focus on making more longer formed content for the channel, just to, kind of balance the lack of uploads a little bit, hopefully, maybe, we'll see. But today, we are in the beautiful world of Evergreen Harbor. Now, I know I probably should be building in the new world, Tomarang. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's gorgeous, she's a 10 out of 10. To be honest, I wanted to build a row of tiny homes, and I've been wanting to do this for so long. Like, I'm talking forever. Since I started building tiny homes in The Sims 4, I've always wanted to build like a lot where there's a bunch of them and you can like live in each one if you want, but for some reason Tomarang, I didn't want to. I want to do that world justice by building building tiny homes in like the perfect style for that world, and I was kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie. So I decided to just jump into my tried and true, my favorite, my love, my passion, Evergreen Harbor. You know me, I love her. She's beautiful, she's 10 out of 10. She's a disaster, but I love that about her. In this video also, this is part 1. I know, normally I don't do this, but I was editing all my footage together and I was like, okay, I've got 4 tiny homes in this build. I'm just gonna edit and see where I get it, and it was an hour long, and so and that was with it being sped up. That was an hour long with it being sped up. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to split it. So today we are building the first 2 tiny homes, and then the next video, which I actually probably will upload at the same time, maybe. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. It might be like the next day or something like that. I don't know. I might just upload them both at once. But yeah, I'm going to be building the other 2 tiny homes. But basically on this lot, there are 4 tiny homes. 2 of them are kind of like 2-story, like with a loft and everything like that. And the other 2 are like just small kind of, single studio kind of tiny homes. I thought that would be a really nice balance, because in these 2 bigger tiny homes, you could probably have like a couple living in each of them. And the other 2 can just be like a single sim. I know one of them definitely is for a single sim. The other one could be for a couple, but it's kind of complicated, So this first tiny home, I've already kind of got it started here. But basically, I wanted to go with more warm tones and more darker, richer wood tones. And just, I don't know, I was kind of just experimenting at this point. I didn't really know what I was going for this whole lot yet. I was just kind of like, just experimenting, just playing around, not taking it too, seriously yet. And I really like this one an awful lot. Basically with these tiny homes also, I kind of tried, in order to keep them kind of cohesive with each other, I went with like a soft kind of desaturated blue for the exterior of all of them, but just like slight variations of that, so they kind of all fit together, but they still really stand out from each other. And this one, I used a ladder to go from the base floor to the loft space. In a perfect world, that would be a shorter, like little lofted space, like up in the roof bit. You've seen the tiny home tours where they can just do that, but in The Sims, you kind of can't do that. The routing wouldn't make sense, the gameplay wouldn't make sense. So we can just imagine, let's just imagine, this is the Sims 4 version of that. So but with this home, and honestly all of these homes, I just kind of wanted to go eclectic. There isn't really a specific style for any of them. I did try to kind of have an idea, like a vibe, but for many of them, I just kind of went with what looked nice. And that's kind of my biggest tip with building, honestly, is just make it look nice. It doesn't matter, if you like it and it looks good, then it's a good build. Like, there's no like judgments or anything like that. I've really started to learn to appreciate just enjoying the process of building in The Sims even more lately. But yeah, I wanted this one to be nice and cozy. I put in this really cute, what would you call that? It's not a fireplace, but it is a fireplace, but it's like a iron stove kind of fireplace. And I've always loved this, but I don't really use it very often. So I thought it would look really nice in this tiny home. It would make it look a little bit more cozy. I kind of had the idea that the Sims that lived here were, maybe they really liked books, and they were just kind of, writers or just something like that. They're just very into like literature. I don't know. And I went with tons of just like a nice, warm, rich wood tone. And I did accent it with a bit of the blue, just to kind of bring that outer, color from the outside in a little bit. I really liked it, but I see this. Oof. That little couch from the Book Nook kit, so good. It's so good. I loved it. It fit really perfectly there. It looks like it fits into a tiny home. I know it's meant for like little, like it's supposed to kind of go in to like the bookshelves, and like it's supposed to be like, you know what I'm talking about, like a little book nook. But it works really well for tiny homes, because you can see in real life tiny homes, like a lot of people will use very small, just like little like couches that don't even have arms or really backs or anything, just so they can, maximize the space, but also still have some comfort. I definitely recommend going onto YouTube and just looking up some tiny home tours, and you'll definitely find some inspiration. That's really where I find a lot of my inspo for my builds anymore, just because I've been in this weird like creative rut for a long time, and I was like, what do you enjoy building the most in The Sims? Tiny homes. So I definitely will just go onto YouTube and look up tiny home tours, because seeing them in pictures on Pinterest and stuff like that, it's good inspiration, but it doesn't beat seeing like it in a 3D space and like hearing someone talk about their experience with it, and it's so much fun. But I do need to talk about the expansion pack. I haven't gotten the chance to actually play with my Sims yet. But I will say building with this new pack is really, really nice. I will say initially here, I was only building in a regular residential lot, just because there is some lag and some bugs and glitches currently. I'm hoping they'll get those fixed, but it didn't really affect my experience too much. You just have to switch you just have to deal with like the residential rental stuff like after you're done building, just like assigning each unit and stuff like that. It's pretty standard. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy. But I will say a lot of the building assets I adore. I loved the tiling. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the detailing. I love like that it's not like this perfect, clean, pristine. It's got a little bit of a wear and tear, but not too much. It's just right. It's just a nice balance, and I love it. The furniture that it came with is beautiful. The windows, the doors, like pretty much everything it came with is beautiful and stunning. Like 10 out of 10. Like they continue to step their game up with their their details and like their models and rendering. Like it's just, you can compare the items from the base game that came out in 2014 to today, and you can see such a huge difference. I mean, it's been 9 years, so I would hope so, but it's just, yeah, it looks great. The world of Tomarang is actually also really, really beautiful too. I haven't gotten to play in it much, not gonna lie. The only downside to the world is that there isn't as many lots, and it doesn't feel as big. But then again, that could just, take some time to kind of get to know it and to play in it. So I'll withhold my judgment for that, or my review of that, I guess, for a later date. So, but yeah, this is just coming from a person who is a builder for the most part. I do play my Sims quite a bit anymore, but I really enjoy building more than anything. And yeah, I was very impressed with the content that it did come with. And the only thing is, of course, we are dealing with the bugs and glitches ranches that I was talking about earlier. But regardless, the actual like process of assigning units and stuff, it was pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to understand and user-friendly. It was just a little buggy and like, a little laggy here and there. I'm moving on to the upstairs of this little tiny home. This is tiny home number 1. I don't know what to call this. Let me know in the comments. I don't really know what to call this little lot. This is just a 30 by 20 lot in Evergreen Harbor. It's in the Port Promise. That's my favorite area of Evergreen Harbor. It's just so like grungy, industrial, and I can imagine a lot of different kinds of homes here. I know one idea that I have that I really want to try one day, and that is like a cyberpunk apartment building. Like I'm talking like cyberpunk 2077, like that kind of apartment building. I did a build, quite a long time ago, actually, at this point, of just a single like little apartment that was kind of inspired by the apartments from cyberpunk. And I want to just do a whole like block of that. That would be so fun. That would take a long time. That would take forever, but I really want to give that a try one day because, oh y'all, I could go into a tangent about Cyberpunk 2077, but I'm going to withhold that for a bit because I hyperfixate over that game and it's a lot. Also, I am getting to this point with The Sims that I'm forgetting what came with what pack, because for the longest time I actually didn't get Growing Together or the Horse Ranch pack. I kind of just put it off, and I finally got them fairly recently, so I see all these items and I'm like, which pack are you from? Like the bed, I'm like, is that Growing Together? Is that For Rent? I think it's Growing Together, actually. But regardless, I love this upstairs bedroom. It's very like eclectic and colorful, and I made sure to put lots of plants and patterns, and just, I don't know, it's a really cute little space. I really like it. Also, if I'm sounding a bit nasally or a bit rough around the edges here and there, it is honestly, I just got over a cold not that long ago, and it being wintertime, my body is taking forever to get rid of it. I'm feeling perfectly fine. It's just I sound worse than I should, for sure. But yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment so far coming back to YouTube again, because my voice, I'm not used to talking for such long periods of time, so just bear with me. It's been so long since I've made content, and I've had a lot of revelations about content creation and a lot of thoughts about it. I won't go too far into it because it's just a broken record. I've talked about it before, but yeah, I'm just here to have fun now. I'm just here to have fun and just relax, play some Sims, build some tiny homes, do the fun stuff, that's my thing. I recently, as you could tell in the beginning of the video, I was recently accepted into the EA Creator Network, which is kind of wild because the last time I applied was actually before they were called the Creator Network. It was the EA Game Changers program. I woke up to an email just like several weeks ago. It was probably like not even a month ago even. And I was like, whoa, hold on. I got accepted into the Creator Network, and Michael was like, what? My boyfriend, Michael. And I don't know. I was just like, whoa. Because I had been thinking about coming back to making content again because I missed it so much. Like, oh my God, I missed you all so much. And I just got that email and I was like, maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is the universe being like, yo, you need to get your butt up in there and do something because you want to. You really, really want to. You're just procrastinating. You're just hyping yourself up too much. Just gotta do it. And so I did it. And here I am. So I just want to say thank you all so much for putting up with the loud traffic out my window all the time. But no, seriously, thank you so much for supporting the channel, being here, even whenever I was at my lowest. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. And it's you guys that got me to be in the Creator Network now. So yeah, the Sims team, obviously I did receive a code for rent, and that's how I'm doing this video. So yeah, just thank you. It honestly helps me so much because I was really holding back like making content again because I was like, I need to get the new pack, but I can't afford it because capitalism is eating me alive. It's just, it might as well be just transparent. Okay, we've been here long enough together to know each other. Oh, but here we are. Oh my gosh, hold on. Here is the next tiny home. This is tiny home number 2 of this lot. I was just gonna do 3 tiny homes, but I was like, I want to do 4. So here is number 2, and here's my ADHD brain bouncing around again. I do apologize in advance if that drives you crazy, because it drives me crazy, I know. But anyways, tiny home number 2. Again, I went with a blue siding. I went with like a darker blue for this one. I really loved this siding. It's like a paneling from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. It's gorgeous. I love the detailing so much. It just has like wear and tear, but it's such high detail too. It's really high quality, which I was like, whoa, this looks so good. And I just kind of went with this kind of really light orangey, kind of yellowy wood tone. I thought it contrasted against the really rich, dark wood tones of the neighboring tiny home. You can see that tiny home, I didn't really finish the landscaping or the exterior yet, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the other one and then see where I'm gonna go with it, and then just kind of go from there. It's a little complicated trying to build like multiple tiny homes on one lot, because you have to kind of make sure they work together really well. So I think doing it in this way kind of helped me get started a little bit better. And yeah, I just wanted to build this little tiny home. It was so cute. And I really liked decorating the porches of these tiny homes, because I didn't really have a lot of space to like, load it up with furniture and like skill building stuff. And like, I just kind of try to make it look cute. I'm putting lots of plants, some seating. It's probably not fully functional, to be honest. Not everything has to be in The Sims 4. So it's really just for the vibes and the aesthetic. And it just looks really pretty. So yeah, I know that was a recent little bit of drama on Sims Twitter, which, first of all, don't even, if you're wanting a peaceful, happy community to share stuff, Twitter is a little complicated sometimes. I'm just gonna be honest. So but yeah, there was a little bit of drama recently where builders and players were kind of conflicting, because some people were like, oh, you should play test your builds, you need to play your player builds more, blah blah blah, it's got to be functional. And for us, it's like, builders, like, we're still playing the game. Like, this is playing the game, is building. Like, most of the game is building. Let's be honest, you build a lot more than you play sometimes. At least I do. So I don't know. I'm not going to get into it too much, because that's a little bit of discourse. But yeah, bada bing, I don't know. I wanted to put some string lights on this porch here. And so I used the tool mod to kind of size up and down these ones from the toddler. Is it the toddler stuff pack, or is it the kids room stuff pack? I'm pretty sure it's the toddler stuff pack. Looks really cute. I really like it. It's really subtle, really just adds like a little bit of light, and I don't know, it just looks cute. When are you ever going to complain about string lights? String lights are beautiful. And I play around with this for a bit. I do make some changes later on. Yeah, it looks cute. I'm really happy with it. I will say this was a very tiny home. It was a little bit complicated, because I went from the one next door, which is honestly huge compared to this one. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a struggle. This is going to be a struggle, y'all, because I don't exactly know where to put everything, because I was really out of practice too. So it did take me some time to kind of figure out where to put things, like, positioning wise, so that, they had a little bit of everything. And I don't know, it was just a lot of back and forth. So you do see me make a lot of changes here and there with this build. But it works out in the end. I'm really, really excited for it. Like, I kind of want to play in this. I don't know. I do. It's kind of cute. I'm not to toot my own horn, not to pat myself on the back, but I kind of went off. Like, I said "Go Off" by Doja Cat. Like, I went off. Anyways, I guess I've talked enough about this little build here. It's kind of self-explanatory at this point. But how have y'all been? Have y'all been enjoying the new pack? I actually meant to have this build go up a lot sooner, but I hope y'all have been enjoying the new pack, just enjoying The Sims in general. What media have y'all been consuming? What are y'all excited for? Is there any good music that you all been listening to? I've been listening to Scarlet by Doja Cat, that whole album, like, on repeat. I've been listening to I don't want to say the title of the album just because it's got the F word in it, and I don't curse on my channel. I am a wholesome boy on the channel, just on the channel. And plus, but yeah, Slater's new album. It's Slater with 3 Y's, by the way. Slater, her new album is so good. The deluxe version, listen to the deluxe version, because the initial release was good. The deluxe version, better. So good. I literally have it on repeat, like actually on repeat all the time. Probably my favorite song is Miss Belladonna. Such a good song. She's got some killer vocals. So yeah, definitely recommend checking that album out. And honestly, that's kind of all I've been listening to. Like, I obviously listen to, a range of music, but those have been like my 2 go-tos lately. Ellie and AJ came out with a new album, and I need to listen to it too, because my boyfriend was like, it's very country, it's very like yeehaw, and I'm like, ooh, I'm kind of intrigued, me. And aside from The Sims 4, I have been playing Cyberpunk 2077 a lot. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'll hyperfixate over Pan Palmer. I love that woman so much. It's the first woman I've romanced in a video game where I felt valid in my bisexuality. Not gonna lie, just to be totally transparent. It was a lot. Like, she's got a hold on me. That fictional character's got a hold on me. What else is new? And of course, I've been playing Animal Crossing a lot. I haven't played much in the past few days, I will say. I've been really like hyperfixated over Cyberpunk, but definitely love Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's still going strong for me. I have an island that I'm designing currently. I'm coming up with a whole game plan, and I'm so excited for it. Maybe one day I'll bring some Animal Crossing content to the channel. I'm not really sure. Not super, sure that I'm like gonna have the direction enough for that, because I have ADHD, and maybe I should just embrace my ADHD and just kind of let it go, let it flow, and that would be a really good game to make maybe some longer formed content, because I have been contemplating making just like more videos for the channel that are just like longer videos. So I don't know, maybe that'll be a contender for the future. Who knows? Do let me know if you are interested. But I don't know. I've just been really enjoying, other games too, which has been a really good way to kind of, let's circle back, a good way to find inspiration for my builds in The Sims 4, because obviously Animal Crossing is a simulation game. It's pretty similar in that it's got like a design aspect too, but playing other games like Cyberpunk and everything, it really like experiencing different like aesthetics and like approaches to like, stories and people and like houses and just like everything really does inspire you. Not that these tiny homes were inspired by Cyberpunk at all. Like, on the contrary, Cyberpunk is like dystopian, low key. But it definitely made me like think things differently, I guess, because this is like the anti-Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk's kind of a disaster, at least in the city that you're in. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about now. This is, it's to the point in the video where I'm getting a little bit, my ADHD is like, ooh, you need to find a topic and stick to it, but you can't. So you're bouncing around like a little rubber bouncy ball that you've thrown into a hallway. I don't know why. That's just the way I compare my ADHD to be honest. But here's this little tiny home. You can see this is the layout that I finally went with. It took me a while to figure it out. Honestly, it was a struggle for me. I still am not really happy with it, to be honest, because of the way the door is placed, like the front door versus the bathroom. That's the problem. You can see right there, the front door and the bathroom door are like facing each other, and that's just like a flow of energy. Like that's just it messes with the flow. You can't put a couch there, because why would you put a couch right where the front entrance is, as well as the entrance to another room? Like, you can't do that. It's too much. So instead of having a couch, I just put a little desk, and I'm like, you know what? The Sims that live here, or the Sim that lives here, they will just have to hang out on the bed. And they probably will. Let's be honest. They'll probably just sit and lay and lounge on the bed and watch TV that way. I don't know. I just thought that was the best, case scenario for this build. I was trying to place a little kettle, and I don't know if it will work fully, but we'll just Yeah, we'll say that it will. But I did have to make some changes to the kitchen a little bit, but it didn't really bother the flow too much. I say flow a lot with my builds. It's really just about like you can kind of see like the flow of a room, and if you put too many walls and too many spaces, it like breaks up that flow. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you do need that to kind of section a space off or to kind of make something more cozy. But sometimes it can mess up with how it feels. Like, you know, if I had, you know, sectioned off this kitchen, it would have made everything feel really, really cramped. And so, like, I don't know, you know what I mean, right? Like the flow, I'm moving my hands in like a wavy pattern. It's like a flow, you know? But yeah, I'm really, really happy with these tiny homes. And I'm actually really excited to do the next part of this video because the tiny homes, they all are pretty different. They all feel like, I don't know, they all have a like flavor that are similar, but they all have their own essence about them. Like this one definitely has a bit more of like a little bit more of, I don't want to say Pinterest vibes, but kind of like it's very like light woods and blues and whites. It's very like rustic country, like, you know, light tones. It's actually, I quite love this one a lot. It's really, really nice. If I had to live in any of them, it may be this one, just because it feels really bright and really nice. It's not exactly my style. I would change some things, of course, but I like it. It's nice. It just feels like a fresh little, honestly, you know what it feels like? It feels like a little tiny house Airbnb or something like that. You know, it feels like something you would stay in for like a weekend trip or something like that. And this is where I start the exterior stuff. I was like, okay, I need to figure out what to do for the yard for the other one. And I was just playing around with the new stuff. There's this new water heater that comes with the For Rent expansion. It's like an outdoor like solar water heater, and it works with the gameplay that comes with Evergreen or Eco Lifestyle. I always want to say Evergreen Lifestyle. I don't know why. I combine the two so much, but yeah, like it works with Eco Lifestyle. So I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. It ties it in. Like, hey, there we go. So yeah, I put that out there, and I was like, I need to add some more stuff for the other house eventually. So I do get there, but I kept it pretty simple. To be honest, I did try to keep the exteriors fairly simple without like overly cluttering them too much, just because it is going to be a lot with 4 units in it. So I wanted to kind of have a balance. Of course, though, I put planter like boxes in all of them because, you know, if you're living in a tiny home, having your own little, little garden out back is nice, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people who live in tiny homes, that would be nice. I don't know. It's just something I've always done in The Sims 4, just because, that is kind of, sort of my personal experience, I guess, because growing up, my mom always grew her own stuff. Even if it was just a little bit, she always tried to. And, I like to implement that in my own builds just to kind of, I don't know, I guess our own experiences do reflect how we build in The Sims, just because, like, how we live in homes, is just kind of like second nature to us, I guess you could say. So yeah, but I'm doing some terrain paint here with the backyard, leading it to the front, because there isn't like a back door. So this is how I kind of managed to make it work. And I put some of these bushes, these hedges, crispy. Love these hedges. They're from Get Together. So stunning. They're the live edit object stuff. Hedges. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to share the other two. I don't know. I'm giddy. I'm just glad to be back so much. I had a lot happen over the course of like 6 months. My job has become like primary, y'all. It's the holiday season. The time that I'm recording this, it is right before Christmas. It is peak holiday. Okay, we are stressed, we are tired, we are waiting for January, but just stay tuned. I don't know how often I'll be able to upload, but I do want to try to upload once in a while at least. I'm not giving myself a schedule because there's no way I could follow a schedule working full time. So yeah, just bear with me, and I know you all do. You all are fantastic. You all are such wonderful people. So yeah, I'm really happy to have y'all around. And I skipped ahead just a little bit in the footage here, but I just wanted to start working on the exterior for this one, this little tiny home here. But it's nothing crazy. I just, we just do the normal landscaping, the normal little, oh, let me place a picnic table, let me place some seating, let me put a tree, let me put some lighting, the usual. But yeah, I do this for a little bit, but I think I'll just show this off in the video tour in the next video. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead, wrap it up here, and I hope y'all did enjoy this video. I'm so happy to be back. Yeah, just keep an eye out for part 2. I don't know if I'm gonna be uploading this the same day or if I'm just gonna put it out another day. I might just put them up both the same day and not worry about it so that y'all can just watch them back to back if you want to. So yeah, that way you have options. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Do let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully my caffeinated ADHD brain was not too much. But thank you all so very much for watching. I love you all so much. Take care, stay warm, stay hydrated, and yeah, that is everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles. Bye, y'all.